Live from beautiful Ohio, it's the OK Boomer podcast, featuring siblings, the real Jean and Laura.
Quick question, Laura.
Yes, Jean.
When Pat, our wonderful announcer, is she saying alive in beautiful Ohio? Because yes, I'm always thankful that I'm alive.
Well, I'm grateful every morning that I wake up and I'm alive, but I'm pretty sure, Jean, she's saying live from beautiful Ohio.
And here we are. I'm Jean.
And I'm Laura, alive, thankfully.
And we are here to encourage all you boomers and millennials to be happily okay.
And we just fist pumped, just so you know. You guys should do that today. Just say, we're happily
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
On today's podcast, we're going to be chatting about, I'm giving you a clue.
This
Here's
is
your
a clue
folks.
to the big topic. Like
Bum, bum, bum.
Our big topic is
Life is a highway.
life is a highway. So you can be thinking about that. And we hope you enjoy our show today because we have so many topics that we are so excited to talk about.
Yes, we're just chock full of dazzling and delightful topics.
Here
so
we go.
Please stay tuned and keep
But
with
as
us.
we always do, how was your week?
How was my week? It was a very nice, busy week. I got to show a lot of houses because I think you know I'm a realtor. So that's always very interesting, fascinating, the houses you walk into.
Anything special you saw?
Yeah, there was one that, oh my gosh, the whole kitchen was just decked out, and it seems that white cabinets, I'm sorry guys, may be phasing out just a bit.
Interesting.
Everybody still loves them, but some other colors might be coming into the kitchen. Talk about that at another time.
I guess. But give me a hint. Like a wild color?
No, not a wild color. Maybe blue grays, but that's all I'm going to say.
No avocado green.
Not yet. Not the gold or avocado
So
green.
you did real estate?
So I did real estate.
Did you have a big meeting?
We had a big meeting, and all the realtors from our office got together. We actually had a chiropractor brought in to talk to us because apparently every realtor is very stressed. I mean, people were so into this guy because everybody leads a stressed out life, and we need to know where.
Everybody?
Apparently, especially realtors. He said, you folks are the most stressed out people, which I'm sure he says this to everybody. Perhaps not. But so we got free massages, the chair massage, which was kind of fun. But what I noticed, we also talked about taking time for yourself and meditation. I looked around my group. Jean, I'm realizing I'm like the oldest one there now.
Boy, that goes fast, doesn't it?
It goes really fast. And it's great. It's wonderful. We have all these very motivated, excited new young realtors. It's wonderful for the industry, but I'm feeling a little old. I got to catch on to the new computer platforms and this and that. And the gal shouted out to the group. She goes, I'm sure all of you, the chiropractor with the stress on your back is great, but I'm sure most of you do meditation as well. Everybody's nodding their head yes. And
blissfully.
Oh, yes. And I just shouted out, no, never done it. No.
Well, what a week you've had.
Yeah, so that was my exciting week. How about you, Jean?
I had my usual nice, totally unstressed week.
Nice. You didn't need the chiropractor.
I don't need the chiropractor. We had fun. The OH and I went with our older millennial child and his gal to see a new movie, which we don't go to the movies that often. We went in the afternoon, which someone pointed out to me that that's a perfect time for boomers to go to movies.
You had like an afternoon matinee?
Yes, we did
honey.
It was a boomer thing. Okay, boomer, I guess someone would say. Okay, boomer. We went to the theater that had the lounge chairs.
Oh, and you didn't fall asleep?
No, I guess because it was afternoon. If I'd gone in the evening, I guess I would have.
That's impressive.
So that was comfy. And I had a little debate with myself
the
whole time we're driving to the theater. Should I get the popcorn or not? Jean, don't get the popcorn. Don't get the buttered popcorn. You can watch a movie without, but I can't.
No, you gotta get. Did you get the big bucket?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I had
butter?
so much fun. Yes.
Yes.
There was plenty of butter. And the one thing, I won't tell you much about the movie. I don't know if you're going to see it, but no one really wants to hear the whole blow by blow of the movie. But the one thing that really stood out to me was the young soldier is on this really dangerous mission, and he comes to a point where he thinks he's failed. He's exhausted. He's tired. He thinks it's all over. Little does he know, we the audience know, that his success is 100 feet away.
Oh, wow.
It was a very moving moment.
So just goes to show you sometimes the end, the success is so close, just keep going.
Right, never
Don't
give
give
up.
up. Never give up.
Never
Never
surrender.
give up.
So that was
Exactly.
my week,
Well, I'm ready to dive into today's topic.
which we had given the clue, life is a highway,
Yes.
but sometimes the highway gets too busy and crazy for us. Sometimes you're driving along. It's fun when you're driving along 70 miles an hour, clear, straight stretch. What happens? You hit a lot of traffic. Maybe you get behind a lot of trucks. People are texting you. You want to get off and answer the phone.
Right, because never text and
So,
drive.
you're just in the mood where that's just too much stress. What do you need?
You need to get,
An off-ramp.
Yes.
An off-ramp. And I first heard the use of off-ramp very recently on the news and how they were referring to it was sometimes when there's a big event in the world, you need an off-ramp. Both parties need an off-ramp so that things don't escalate. You don't want a big world event. I'm talking even bigger than Meghan and Harry.
oh my goodness, but that is an event. We won't talk about it now, but let's get back to that at some point.
Oh, we have to
at the end of the podcast.
Yes,
Kind of
yes.
want to talk about
that. Could be a big topic too. But
Yes.
all right, so an off-ramp. Instead of letting a big situation escalate, find a way for both parties to take an off-ramp. And I thought, an off-ramp sounds like good advice for my life. And I pictured it as two parts. Sometimes you need the unplanned off-ramp. When life gets too much, like you have a busy week.
Yes.
You've already said. So you do real estate.
Right.
You also...
I substitute teach at the high school, and I'm involved in some extracurricular activities.
I have to say, extracurricular sounds kind of spicy and interesting, but go on with your week. So you've said two kinds of jobs you do, and I know
Right.
you do some volunteering.
Right, helping some of the neighbors. We have an elderly lady we help take care of. So, and I also have my app, Wear This One, but it sort of is sitting on a shelf right now.
That's a
So I
job
keep
too.
busy.
That's
I
a
keep
job too.
busy,
And your
Jean.
kids, I mean, we love them.
We love them dearly. We go visit them a lot, but sometimes you just need a little time.
And I think too, you've said with real estate, you could get calls just really unexpectedly, and you have to
Yes,
Zoom.
at any time of the day, and that's fine. I like to be available for everybody. But yes, you're always sort of on
So do you ever have that feeling like, stop,
all the time.
stop,
all the time.
I need a break.
I need an off ramp. Yes,
And that's what I'm talking about, the unplanned. So I think good ideas. Do you have any ideas for what would help you when you're in that? I don't want to start screaming. What can I do instead?
So in the moment when you are just stressed and
Right.
going, and I have to stop.
Instead of yelling at your OH, what could you do?
What could I do? Well, sometimes if I'm in my house, we have a table set up with a puzzle. We might have talked about it before. I just go over to my puzzle table, and for maybe 10 minutes, I just fiddle with that, and it frees my brain from everything.
That's great. And sometimes what I do, I do puzzles too, or I might just make a cup of coffee, look outside, just something to change that stressed feeling.
Yes, and you just kind of have to shake your brain from it. Sometimes I go for a 10-minute jog or walk just to get myself off that busy highway, that craziness.
And right. So that would be the unplanned off-ramp. And sometimes, though, it's even better to have a planned off-ramp. And to get back to our life as a highway analogy, we've each gone on road trips. You drove out west, all the way out west. That was a huge, 3,000-mile road trip.
Yes.
We've driven down to Florida, my husband and I, the OH and I, quite a bit. And when you're faced with a long day, well, not faced because it's enjoyable, but when you're ready to start that long day of traveling, it helps to know. But at lunch, we're going to take a break and try that little restaurant we found in South Carolina.
No.
And you just know, like, oh, that'll be so much fun to stop back there.
Those special little places. So those would be deliberately planned.
Same thing with our everyday life. I think it's a great idea to have some planned things that you really look forward to that are like an off-ramp from allow you to get off and relax. For example, mani-pedis are a great planned off-ramp. What a great thing to look forward to each week. Breakfast with your sister.
Yes.
I love that when we meet. That makes me happy the whole day before that tomorrow I'll get to see you and have breakfast.
Oh, that's so nice. And speaking of like breakfast and foods, sometimes my husband and I were talking about we should have planned changing our taste buds.
Ooh.
He doesn't particularly like Asian, but we're going to plan that he will try something new. So allow your senses, your taste buds to try a planned different
I like that.
off the regular beaten path. And then I was thinking of escape room, that we've never done an escape room.
What is an escape room? That sounds perfect for an off-ramp.
My millennial kids love it. It's where you get in a room and you have to do various equations and clues, kind of like a Nancy Drew mystery to get out of this room.
Wow.
And then I even thought, would I be daring enough to really get off my highway of safe, secure, conservative activities and move over to something daring like skiing, snow skiing.
Oh, my God, yes, okay.
I thought we were driving around. I saw the little hills around our area, had some skiers. I thought I've tried it once or twice, but terrible at it. So just getting off your normal routine.
Yeah, so I'm going to think about off-ramps, planned and unplanned off-ramps, but I think you have found a totally different use of the word off-ramp.
When you first mentioned let's do off-ramp as a topic, I immediately thought it meant more with careers, your career. And I think there is an actual term called on-ramping and off-ramping.
With your career.
With your career, which I had never thought about or hadn't termed it in that way of off-ramping. And women especially tend to off-ramp more than men. Although I think they're seeing younger people are doing more off-ramping, including men. In that women sometimes have to take time off for their career because of children, young children, taking care of them, their parents, taking care of elderly people in their life. So, and they have found that like an off-ramping career could actually be what I'm doing. I'm in real estate. I started off in corporate, had children, got into substitute teaching, and then I've off-ramped to real estate.
So you were really doing a real thing. You weren't just
I was doing a real thing.
Losing your focus.
Well, I may have been losing my focus.
No, I like that.
It sounds so much better, Jean. If I say off-ramp, then I just like to try a bunch of different things.
Well, yes.
Off-ramping almost sounds professional.
Off-ramping does sound professional. So there you have it. We hope we've gone through some things that will add to your personal GPS.
Your personal GPS.
GPSs are such a good way to guide you. So put that into your personal GPS. Where's the next off-ramp? What's the nearest off-ramp? And I have to tell you, I'm sorry, I have to tell you this dumb little story.
Yes.
A long time ago, this is when we really could have used a GPS. Remember the days before GPS? My OH and I were newly married. We're driving on an interstate. We have to get off at the next exit. We, unfortunately, 2 miles before the exit is approaching, get into a huge argument about Rutherford B. Hayes.
Always a topic of
I know.
Confrontation
so you can
and
understand.
discussion. Yes.
Right. We were wrapped up in this Rutherford B. Hayes thing so much. We were so intent on proving our point, and that was before Google. So we couldn't Google the answer to find out. So we went past the exit, missed that off-ramp, and of course, you're on an interstate. You have to go 20 miles further and then come all the way back. So
very frustrating.
That's why it's important to have a GPS for life.
Yes, although I might add just quickly, sometimes the GPS gets you in trouble. One of my children, I won't say who, when she first started driving, had the address of where she was going in her GPS.
Uh-huh.
She tried to drive home then, but she kept that original address in, and the GPS just kept taking her back in a circle. I think she did this like 3 or 4 times before she realized she was not even close to home.
Well, we don't have many stories like that to tell about our millennials because they're so good with things.
They actually are. So
thanks for sharing. Laura, you are so musical.
Well, I do like music, yes.
I love the way you play the piano, and I'm so glad you played the music for our intro.
I did.
Outro.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
I love that. And I also have to say, you did a great job singing Life is a Highway.
Life is a Highway. Yes.
We may have to use you more.
And I unfortunately keep wanting to sing the other Highway song, but that would be bad. I'm on the highway to H-E-double toothpicks, but I can't say that.
But here's what you can talk about. Since let's talk about rock concerts.
I love talking about rock concerts.
Let's do that.
Well, last year, Jean, that's a tough one for me. My OH and I decided to hit as many rock concerts from the older times, our boomer times, as we could.
Yes.
Now, we started off the year with a younger group. We were feeling pretty young and hip, so we went to see Maroon 5.
Oh, and I think you actually went. By when
we went to Vegas.
Yes.
We said, let's feel like young people. We'll fly to Vegas and see Maroon 5. I mean, he's on The Voice, Adam Levine. We're young and hip.
There you go.
So we went to the concert, and I hate to say it, I always liked Maroon 5. I'm sorry, Adam Levine. We just didn't think it was the best concert. We're a little disappointed.
Any real reason why?
Yeah, it was short. The warm-up group was bad. We didn't feel like he was all in on it. It was disappointing. So we said maybe we need to go back to the generation we were raised with and hear those bands. How are they holding up?
Good. So this was research too, not just entertainment.
Very carefully researched.
So who'd you go hear?
So we went to hear Kiss. And they were so good. They were fantastic. I mean, and the clever thing with them, I kind of wished I'd done this when I was younger, just always wear a mask. Then you never age. It's great. They look just as young. They sounded fantastic. So now we had our confidence back.
Yes.
It was clearly we had to see older bands were still good.
Okay.
So then we went to, and it's fun to see people who are older than you. It makes you feel good.
See people who are older than you.
Yes, older than me on the stage to know, hey, they still got it.
Now, speaking of that, do older people come to concerts or is it a mix? So when you're going to Kiss, was it a mix?
Yeah, a little bit, but for the most part, it's all
boomerish.
But it's somewhat fun.
Yeah.
As you look around and it's very rewarding to see we're all still out there. We're all still having fun.
Holding our phones and saying, okay, boomer.
Yes.
So you went to hear Kiss. And anything else?
We decided to go back to Vegas and see Paul McCartney. Oh my goodness. Classic, amazing, almost like a documentary about the Beatles. It truly, if you can see Paul McCartney do it, he was unbelievable. Much older than me, and
much.
He performed, I think, over 3 hours solid, gave it his all. So, yeah.
So that was fun.
So we were thrilled with that. Then we came back here. We have a place called Blossom Music Center, and we heard Peter Frampton. Excellent.
Oh, yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
So good. And then the final concert, which I loved, was The Who.
I haven't heard their songs in a while.
Yeah, it just phenomenal concert. So now we're planning for this year.
Oh my, you're going to keep going with this.
You betcha. We are not stopping. Nothing can stop us. So the big tickets we haven't gotten yet, but we're trying to get, they are coming to Blossom, are the Doobie Brothers. I would love to see the Doobie Brothers.
Oh, have they come to Blossom before? Do you
know? But I think this is their big.
So you're going to try to get good tickets.
Maybe a farewell tour. Yes.
Lots of farewell tours. That's true.
I don't know if that's indicative of our age.
We may need to plan a farewell tour. The real Laura and Jean.
Yeah, their farewell tour. So no, we're not stopping. We're just. But it is so encouraging to hear groups that sound as good as they did.
And so anything else? So what did you say you're going to... Doobie Brothers.
Doobie Brothers, and we are seeing America at Lakeside, Ohio this summer.
Oh, yeah. Is that the horse with no name?
Yes.
Okay.
I won't sing it, but yes.
Great.
I'll spare you.
Well, I have not been to as many concerts. Probably no reason, just not on my radar.
All right.
But I wanted to contribute to this conversation just a little bit.
Yes.
And so I will say I do have a favorite concert that sticks out above all. I used to go to concerts when I was
Really?
younger. I have a favorite. I don't know if you want to guess, but I'll just tell you.
Is it Chicago?
Oh, I could. That it would be on the
Billy
top.
Joel.
Those are all on the top.
Elton John?
Yes, I actually did want to hear Elton John.
Yeah.
So I have lots of favorites.
All right.
So when I say
but
this,
still not your absolute
right. So
favorite.
when I
Okay.
say above even all those icons, Dolly Parton.
Oh,
Best show. So much energy, so nice, so personable. She just shines through, and she's still shining.
She is. I think she has a new TV show or it's something on, I don't know if
Netflix is
on
good.
Netflix.
And everybody still loves her. She's having, I don't know if you'd say renaissance because she never really went away, but yay, Dolly Parton.
Yay,
You
Dolly Parton.
are-
She is good and she still looks good.
She looks great.
All
Love
right,
her.
So we love Dolly Parton. So, Jean, I've been thinking that we should have a fun new topic called Should Boomers Be Allowed to, and we'll fill in the blank. So here we go.
Drive After Dark?
Oh, yeah. And not until after your cataract surgery.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, all right, okay, I'm
so
ready.
my first one
I'm ready.
is have AirPods.
So should boomers be
Allowed to use AirPods. And I'll tell you why this happened.
But I have to interject.
Yes.
Sorry, us sisters.
Yeah.
That's now become a whole category. They're now called hearables. They're
I'm sorry, what?
hearables, not hairballs.
I almost thought you did say hairballs.
Hearables. So an iPod,
AirPod.
AirPods,
Not
are
an
just,
iPod.
AirPods. AirPods are just one example of hearables. Hearables.
Sounds so much like hairballs.
Never mind. Should we be allowed to have them?
A hearable.
Yeah.
Well, I love them. They were life-changing for me when I got them. But here's what happens. I talk to my kids. I stick them in. I'm very happy. I can still do laundry and fold things and walk around. However, every once in a while, my daughter so sweetly says, Mom, I can't hear you. Something's happening.
Right.
And I realize I've walked away from my phone. I have no idea where my phone is. So I lose my phone. That's the problem. Once you're out of range, you can't talk anymore.
That is right. It's making those weird noises.
Yeah.
I like my AirPods very much too. I like to watch shows or listen to podcasts now. I like to listen to podcasts. And I agree. I do walk away from my phone. But while I may lose my phone, I have to say I have never lost my AirPods. And I'm not sure if every millennial can say the same.
Good point. Now, they don't lose their phones, but I have to say one of my dear sweet children home with the holidays, I believe, lost their AirPods.
So what do we say? Should boomers be allowed to have AirPods? Yes.
Sure, because we keep track of them.
All right.
Not our phone, but
what
the
else
AirPods.
on
So
your
that's
list?
a yes.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
this next one, it's always a little terrifying. When I go to the grocery store, even a Target, the self-checkout.
So should boomers be
Be allowed to use the self-checkout. There's all these snappy young people in line, and they're talking on the phone, and they can self-checkout, and boom, they're gone. When I come up, invariably,
The lady starts
the
yelling.
lady has to come over and help me, and all
Right.
the young people behind me kind of look at me, and I'm
The
sure
voice is scolding you.
they're all saying, "Okay, boomer, get your things checked."
I do pretty well with it, but it has to be things that really have the big barcode, like bananas, which I think maybe the code number for that is actually 4011. Am I right?
Is it really?
I don't know.
I don't know
You have to
because-
know the code number. So I say probably no. Boomers.
Yeah,
just-
because I have to, especially with produce.
yeah.
Or like my cream sticks, and then you got to find it under bakery. I'm going to say no.
No.
Boomers, just go
All
in
right.
line, go in the regular
Sorry.
line.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You always have. I have a favorite clerk. You can talk to her.
Yeah, and then you get to talk to people. So
All right.
a little more fun. All right. Here's another one. Should boomers be allowed to attempt online banking?
Well, we would never know our password.
Right, to start with.
You would lock yourself out after the first time
Right.
you used it. And I know my millennial kids use it all the time. But
all the time. They
I don't
take
think
pictures of checks on their phones. It's wonderful.
Right. Everything can be paid for electronically. Great savings programs now with some of those Acorn. It's very appealing to me. I'm not even going to think about this. No.
Yeah.
No.
And I thought about this the other
it's
day.
Great, but
it's great for the right person, but for me personally, no. I go to the bank and I'm in line with a few people, but again, it's like going to a rock concert of the oldies. They're all my age. But I get to talk to the lady in the bank and get the free pen.
So I'd like to hear more. I like our new topic.
All right.
So let's
we
keep
may
going.
keep that. Should boomers be allowed to? Anyway, so we're getting close to the end of our program.
But we promised each other.
Can we just chat quickly about Harry and Meghan?
Oh, we have to.
What do you think?
I think it was a real surprise to everybody.
Yes.
I think, first of all, they're with our own kids. We just say okay. I mean, you have
Yes,
to live
good
your own
for
life.
you. You do.
We accept that, but I might note that most husbands are going to learn this if they haven't learned it already.
Husbands, men, take note.
New grooms, whatever your wife says, that's what's going to happen.
Just
so
go
if your
with
wife
it.
says no dog, you are not going to have a dog in your life.
Right. Sorry.
If your wife says, I don't want to live in grandma's cottage in England anymore, it's
moving.
over. Right. So I think that's what happened. Don't you? Meghan wants
I do.
a different vision.
I think she had a different vision, but I do somewhat applaud. I mean, Harry's mom, Princess Di, she wanted, when she got divorced, she was on her own, and now he's going on his own, and I somewhat applaud them. So we'll see.
I do applaud them. There's always that little horrible, old-fashioned, responsible mom voice that wants to say, but you have responsibilities, you have commitments.
Right.
Are you sure? But no, all in all, I think we'll vote for.
I think we'll vote. That's okay.
But we want to hear more stories. I mean, we're going to keep
we
on
do.
with this.
I want to see if they do have a reality TV show. That would be fun. Little
luck.
Archie. All righty then. Well, I think we are coming to another thrilling conclusion.
We are. Time to say goodbye. Well, first we'll thank Pat, who does such a great job announcing. And she also is the producer of many podcasts and has her own podcast. And she's on Speak Up Talk Radio. But where can you find us?
You can find us if you go to okboomerpod.com.
Mm-hmm.
You will see all of us there, as well as on Spreaker.com. Spreaker, Spreaker.com.
And Speak Up Talk Radio.
And Speak Up Talk
What
Radio.
if people want to contact
Yes.
us and get your famous
Then
pretzel
you
salad
can-
recipe?
Oh, that's right. You can go to contact@okboomerpod.com to get the recipe. It's the only way you can get it.
So we'll say thank you, goodbye, and
Goodbye from beautiful Ohio, toodaloo, and we will see you next time. Thank you.
Be sure to come back to beautiful Ohio and the OK Boomer podcast. To listen to previous episodes or to drop us a line, visit okboomerpod.com.